realization that even the stars themselves were young, in a world where myth and reality danced together. A most extraordinary event occurred on Mount Wago. There, atop this sacred mountain, stood a mystical stone, absorbing the essence of the heavens and earth for eons. This wasn't just any rock, it was a cosmic artifact, brimming with divine energy. One fateful day, with a thunderous crack that echoed across the realms, the stone split open, and from within, a being emerged, small, nimble, and filled with an unquenchable curiosity. This was Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, born not of flesh and blood, but from the very essence of the world itself. Wukong wasn't just an ordinary monkey. From the moment he drew his first breath, he possessed golden eyes that could see through the fabric of reality, and a spirit that knew no bounds. With boundless energy and a mischievous grin, Wukong quickly grew into a leader among the monkeys of Mount Wago. But this was no simple rise to power. Wukong's leadership was forged through his wit, strength, and an uncanny ability to inspire those around him. He wasn't content with being just another monkey. No, Wukong had ambitions far greater. He wanted to transcend the limits of his mortal existence. He wanted to live forever. In his quest for immortality, Wukong embarked on a journey across the world, seeking out the secrets of eternal life. His journey was akin to that of a pirate searching for the ultimate treasure, much like the quest for the One Piece in the world of Luffy and his crew. But instead of treasure maps and legendary islands, Wukong's path led him to the hidden mountain lair of the immortal sage, Subhuti. Here, after proving his determination, Wukong was accepted as a disciple. Subhuti was a wise and ancient being, much like the revered sages in Dragon Ball or the mysterious figures guiding the Straw Hat Pirates. Under Subhuti's tutelage, Wukong learned not just the ways of immortality, but the very essence of cosmic power. Wukong's training was rigorous and intense, pushing him to his limits and beyond. He mastered the 72 transformations, allowing him to become anything he desired, be it a giant titan, a small insect, or even multiple versions of himself, much like the multi-form technique seen in Dragon Ball. He also learned to ride the clouds, a skill that allowed him to travel vast distances in the blink of an eye, reminiscent of Goku's iconic flying Nimbus. But Wukong's power wasn't just physical. He gained the ability to manipulate the elements, control the forces of nature, and even defy the laws of the universe itself. This mastery of both the natural and supernatural made Wukong one of the most powerful beings in existence. Yet, with great power came an even greater sense of pride. Wukong was no longer satisfied with his position among the monkeys, or even with immortality. He wanted to be recognized as the most powerful being in all the realms. And so, with his new abilities, Wukong declared himself the Great Sage Equal to Heaven, a title that, to say the least, ruffled a few feathers in the celestial bureaucracy. Not content with just a title, Wukong decided to equip himself with a weapon that matched his newfound status. He descended into the East Sea, where he confronted the Dragon King in his underwater palace. The Dragon King, who had amassed a hoard of legendary treasures over the centuries, was not prepared for Wukong's audacious demand. But Wukong, in typical fashion, wasn't one to take no for an answer. After a heated exchange that involved more than a little intimidation, Wukong claimed the Rui Jingu Bang, a magical staff that could change its size at will. This wasn't just a weapon, it was an extension of Wukong's power, capable of growing as tall as a mountain or shrinking to the size of a needle, similar to Goku's power pole in Dragon Ball. In fact, the Rui Jingu Bang would later inspire the power pole's design, as Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, drew heavily from Wukong's legend when crafting Goku's character. The power pole, like Wukong's staff, symbolizes not just strength, but the ability to adapt and overcome any challenge. Armed with his new weapon, Wukong returned to the mortal world, but it wasn't long before his ambitions took him even higher, literally. Wukong decided to pay a visit to the Heavenly Palace, the seat of the Jade Emperor, ruler of the celestial realm. Now you'd think someone of Wukong's stature might announce his arrival politely, but no, that's not Wukong's style. Instead, he stormed the palace, declaring himself the great sage equal to heaven in front of the Jade Emperor and his entire court. It was the celestial equivalent of crashing a royal banquet, flipping the tables and demanding to be made king. The Jade Emperor, trying to avoid conflict, decided to humor Wukong by giving him a lowly position in heaven, keeping watch over the celestial stables. But Wukong wasn't about to be anyone's stable boy. He saw through the ruse and, in a fit of rage, quit his job and returned to Earth, vowing to prove his worth. What followed was a rampage across heaven and earth that made even the gods tremble. Wukong's power and audacity knew no bounds. He even snuck into the celestial peach garden, where he devoured the peaches of immortality, effectively making himself doubly immortal. This act is not unlike when Goku, after training with King Kai, ate the senzu beans to recover his strength. Except Wukong was now beyond recovery. He was unstoppable. Wukong's antics soon became too much for the Jade Emperor, who ordered his capture. But sending an army against Wukong was like sending Marines after the Straw Hat Pirates, ineffective at best, disastrous at worst. Wukong single-handedly defeated the celestial armies, evading capture with his lightning-fast reflexes and transforming into countless forms to outwit his opponents. Even the mighty Erlang Shen, with his third eye that could see through illusions, struggled to keep up with Wukong. Their battle was an epic clash, reminiscent of the greatest battles in Dragon Ball and One Piece, where sheer power was matched with strategy and cunning. But Wukong's rebellion couldn't last forever. In a final bid to end his chaos, the Buddha himself intervened. The Buddha, representing a force beyond even the gods, challenged Wukong to a contest of strength and speed. If Wukong could escape his grasp, he would be free. Wukong, with his characteristic overconfidence, accepted the challenge. He soared across the universe, traveling to the ends of the cosmos, or so he thought. In reality, he had never left the Buddha's palm. When Wukong realized this, it was too late. The Buddha transformed his hand into a massive mountain, trapping Wukong beneath it. And there Wukong remained, imprisoned for 500 years, his once great power reduced to nothing more than a memory. Now, you might be wondering how all of this ties into the worlds of Dragon Ball and One Piece. Well, the truth is, the story of Sun Wukong, as told in Journey to the West, is one of the most influential tales in Asian literature and has inspired countless works of fiction across the world. In Dragon Ball, Goku's character is a direct homage to Sun Wukong. Both are playful, powerful, and have an insatiable thirst for adventure. Goku's journey, much like Wukong's, is one of growth, both physical and spiritual. The power pole, the flying nimbus, and even Goku's carefree attitude all echo Wukong's legacy. Similarly, One Piece draws from the themes of freedom, rebellion, and the pursuit of one's dreams, core elements in Wukong's story. Luffy, like Wukong, defies authority, challenges the status quo, and embarks on a journey that takes him across the world, facing gods and monsters alike. Both characters are driven by a desire to live life on their own terms, no matter the cost. The influence of Journey to the West on these modern tales is undeniable, weaving a thread of myth and legend that continues to inspire new generations of storytellers. And so, as we prepare to dive into the world of Black Myth Wukong, we do so with an understanding of the rich tapestry of history, mythology, and storytelling that has shaped this legendary character. Sun Wukong's tale is not just a story of power and rebellion. It is a story of the eternal struggle between freedom and control, between the mortal and the divine. As Wukong prepares to rise once more, we are reminded that legends never truly die. They are simply waiting for the right moment to be reborn.